Oh, when will I ever learn? Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Right everyone, welcome back. My name's Paul, this is Milo Studios. There's some signs. I use some construction grade language. If you're not fans of naughty words, hurtiness, verbally, then I suggest you do one now because it's going to get dark. I said I would never buy another Chibson and yet, voila, I bought one. The moral of the story is don't search Facebook Marketplace when you've had a couple of glasses of particularly nice wine.
Wine is the devil!
Because that's what I do every now and again. And I don't drink very often, but when I do, I buy guitars. And get fat. So it's a lose-lose scenario. I'm fascinated by the chibi, the humble chibi. But we need to get some things very clear first on the onset of this video, all right? The morality of faking guitars, putting that on the headstock, the shape of the headstock, trying to fool people, that is not in question in this video. I agree with you. I agree with you. It's wrong. However, I don't care. That's the difference. It doesn't matter how many comments you leave in capitals. It's not going to make any difference. Do you know how I know that? This is one Facebook group. 56,000 members. If you read the fucking posts on that, right? Because I've done a little bit of homework because I find it interesting. Most of the people in that group have got more than one. Sorry, jizz. Most of the people in that group have got more than one. Some of them have got like 15 Chibsons, all right? They love them. If you're going to take 56,000 and conservatively say 2 guitars per member, all right, we're at 112,000 Chibsons in that group. And let's be honest, it's probably 500,000. I'm being conservative, I'm pulling numbers out of the bum because that's what the internet is. Disinformation, malinformation, it's just bollocks. The best thing you can do if you vehemently disagree with this is use your knowledge to educate people, constructively comment, point out some differences, help people along the fucking rocky road of bollocks. But don't fucking shout people down, that's not helping anyone. The moral of the story is, don't be a cunt, all right? There you go. There's your first C-bomb of the day. You can't have a chibi video without a C-bomb. Now, this one caught my attention because when you delve into the world of Chibson, the name Cathy Zhong jumps out at you, right? And she is prolific. I think she owns a factory. I think, with rabbit ears to make people fucking cringe through their cornflakes. I've gone deep into Cathy Zhong.
Come again?
Trying to find the bottom end of the story. I didn't get really anywhere. I think she makes a shit ton of these, more than she sells personally, and they get sold to all sorts of vendors in Chinopia, and then they do them themselves and send them out, and that's why you get varying grade. If you want a Cathy Zhong customized chibi, people are waiting 3 or 4 months for these. Holy fuck, that's longer than some of the custom shop waits. They're going up in price. These are like 350 quid now. I didn't pay that for this. I think I paid 280 quid, something like that. It's from a guy called Adam, I believe. I'll double check my facts. Yeah, that's the only thing that is a fact in this video. No one fucking knows the answers. That's the thing about living life in 2026. You'll never know the truth about anything. People write all sorts of wank online. If you get emotional and angry about something you've read or something online, you're wasting your fucking breath because you will never know the truth. I have actually bought something else from AliExpress, which I'll feature in this video. It's a review of the Jawoom T2 Smart Tuner. Now, I know there are shitloads of you thick enough to buy that. So I bought one because I'm fucking thick. And we'll do a proper review. I had a little look at home. I've got a feeling it's shit. Anyway, someone's knocking at the door and they've ruined my flow. So I'm going to have to turn the cameras off and I'll see you when I fuck them right off. Oh, it's James Yard, everyone. Give him a wave.
15 minutes later.
Right, where was I before my fucking ebb and flow was just ruined by Mr. Yard? The reason I bought this one is because it's nice. I thought it looked cool online. It's got P90s, which I'm a P90 man. Never thought I would be. I was humbucker to the core. but I'm now a P90 geezer. I'm going to see if these are microphonic, what they sound like. Are they any good? I can tell you now that the hardware on this thing's not great. It's fake brass hardware is always really pitty and not convincing at all. So that's one thing you can look out for. It's definitely not made in USA. This is the first one I've seen for ages that's not got the same serial number that they've all got. Oh, it's got the special Gibson made in the USA plaque thing on the back. We'll have a little look at the pots. And I will look at the pots this week because I didn't the other week, even though I promised I would. And there were some complaints in the comment section. And all that proves to me is that some of you are really fucking weird. I'm not going to polish a turd on this thing. It's actually not a bad guitar. Largely, we know that now. Les Pauls aren't really my thing. The hardware is fine as it is. The fake Grovers are they're not great, but they're all right. There's no point me. Whoever buys this from me and the listing's live now, I will set it up beautifully. I think I'm going to have to do a level recrown and polish on the neck. I'm definitely not putting that in a video because I've done it a million times. Go back in some older videos. Watch all the older videos. Put them on repeat for days on end on multiple computers. And never skip the advert on your favourite YouTuber because he won't get paid. My kids are running around starving. So let's have a little cheeky look at the specs, shall we? That's interesting, isn't it? I've straightened the neck, by the way. I'll try and find a photo of the actual Gibson this is copying and I'll put it here. And then we can have a little look at this one here. There you go. That's the differences. That's the closest I could find. I guarantee that the fretwork will need working on the actual Gibson. That's not a slight on Gibson. Everyone's the same. All right, we know that. Very few guitars are leaving factories with perfect frets unless you buy them from a boutique builder, because most of them, the people that you see on Instagram making all those wonderful things that I also spaff over, they do send guitars out with perfect frets. How do I know? Because I do. That's what the whole point of having a custom. So I've straightened the neck. Let's have a little look to see if we're rocking all over the shop. I've got a rock gear on the 4th. So have a little look at the heel tap down. Put your controller under there. No. Absolutely not. The frets all look lovely and well seated, and they don't visually look like there's any issues. The fret ends are lovely. I mean, Cathy sent out a nice guitar, really. The neck straightens beautifully. I'm assuming Adam hasn't done anything to this. Yeah, quite typically the nuts cut a little bit high on the lower strings. On the 12th fret, I've got 1.5 on the low E and 1.7 on the high E, so it's almost like Adam set it up to my specs. Can I feel any issues with the frets at those heights? Because to be honest, that feels absolutely fine. There's a little bit, but it's not perfect. I'm going to make it perfect, absolutely. Let's have a little test to see if these pickups are microphonic. Should we test the not very smart tuner? Fuck it, I think we should. It's going to be wank, innit? Come on, Dave, let's have a little laugh. It's turning on its own. It's fucking like a poltergeist. Now, I honestly had no idea that all you have to do is pluck a string and let it do its thing. That is weird. It keeps wanting to tune my low E to G. It fucking does it for you. Now, I'm a little bit surprised by that. E, ah. Yeah, it doesn't tune me. I'm bamboozled. One thing this won't do is if the string's too high and it needs to wind it backwards, you know, normally you would wind it way low and then tune back up. It doesn't seem to do that. It just tunes back to the key, which we all know is stupid. But that's in tune. Well, sorry, Jawoom. That seemed, I mean, it's gimmicky as fuck, innit? Let's be honest, it's going to live in the drawer. But it worked. It worked. £40 of my hard-earned cash. I don't think the pickups are microphonic. Hello, hello. The pickups aren't microphonic. They're probably going to be all right. They're wound up a little bit high, a bit like me. I'm not going to replace any of that. Let's take the strings off and have a proper look at the frets and give them a good polish. I think Adam might have done a bit of work to this. I mean, if not, Cathy's fucking up their game because it ain't bad. Not a lot to say or do in this video. What do you think about Chibsons? Go on, comment. Don't use capital letters though, because everyone will think you're a prick. It's not D'Addario's on here, which is not helping matters. Oh, you're just a D'Addario fanboy because they send you cheap strings. No, knobhead. They send me free strings, and the reason I love D'Addario is because of this geezer. Because he's so luscious. That is Luke, boys and girls. And those curls, they're a distraction. Trogley would have this out, wouldn't he? He'd be looking at the routes. How long's the neck tannin? I do love a bit of Trogley. Took the piss out of his demos once, and I felt very bad. So I actually emailed the geezer and apologised. Never replied. Bloody great screws in that P90. Whoppers. It's a short neck tannin. There you go. Trogley would love that. It's not got the braid. I mean, it's basically a cheap P90 in it. This is a solid, looks like a solid mahogany body. Binding and the paint jobs, always just absolutely, they're as good as or better than Gibson in a lot of cases. I know it's just a poly finish, but they do get that right over there, I've got to say. Honestly, what are you expecting to fucking find? It's a bit of wood. They've cut that wood out lovely. I can tell you that Cathy Zhong don't fuck around. And I can see why people would pick this over an Epiphone. This is better than a lot of Epiphones I've looked at. It's kind of the opposite about how I feel about Fender and Squier. Loads of the Squier guitars I think are brilliant. The slightly more expensive stuff, I don't feel the same about Epiphone. But that's just my opinion. And opinions, like everything, are just fucking worthless waffle, aren't they? So the bridge is a Billy no-name brand. And the brass finish is always shit on a cheap one. It's a bit of metal that strings go over. Now, ironically, people are like, oh, but I like a more dense one. I like my bridge to be heavy because it helps with the sustain. Personally, sustain talkers make me feel a little bit, it's like, how long do you need to hold a fucking note for, mate? This is going to be absolute worldy. No one sat playing clean, playing this on stage. And incidentally, the Geiger ones that are made of titanium, they're lighter than queefs. I only play with these if they're 194 grams. You're off your pickle, Danzo. Let's have a little look at the neck. The straightener up again. Did read an amazing comment the other week. Someone said, oh, if you put a two-way truss rod in and it's not the same as the original vintage, it won't sound as good. Guaranteed he's divorced. Fucking what an absolute knob. So I'm going to run up and down and tap these frets. They're not really responding. But all in all, at those settings, I mean, I've got a couple of... There's a couple of proper rockers. Let's just see if that one will tap down. No. So I don't know if Cathy glues these, whether they're just nicely tight in a slot. Inconsistent fret wire is probably the culprit for that more than anything else because the neck is dead straight. I don't dislike anything about this. So anyway, I'm going to do a fret level recrown and polish. I'll do a speedy uppy of it just so you know I have fucking done it and I'm not conning you out of anything. This is live on eBay now. It's 350 quid. I'll put it in a soft case. It's had a fret level recrown and polish. It's basically just got my money back out of it. It's an interesting video. I wanted to see one that someone had ordered from the Cathy Zhong Facebook page. And I can honestly say, it's nice.
If you don't like cussing, then off you fuck. If you're feeling offended, then you're out of luck. Want a closer look? We'll bring in Dave. At the end of the vid, you'll get a special wave. Bring me your suckers, your pimps and hoes. Take a visit to Mile House Studios. He's an albino luthier who's an absolute scream. He takes cheap guitars, makes them play like a dream.
Right, lovely jubbly. They've polished up. They're big frets, they're sausages. They weren't too bad. I didn't actually have to take a lot off them. I'll take the glasses off because I don't want any of you getting too sticky in the underwear regions. I'm going to give this a clean up now. I've been sent All About Guitars Ultimate Guitar Cleaner. Ultimate is green, all right? It's not spaff colour, so that's a good fucking start. Let's see what this is like. I do like getting sent products, so I'll give it a little... Oh, nice. Yeah, very nice. Oh, it's a nice smell. It's degreasing rather pleasantly. Now, I have also been sent the Ultimate Fret Polish. Now, I've got to be honest, I use the Fretilizer system and I don't go moist on my frets because I can't be bothered with masking fretboards up. Why is that, Paul? Why do you never mask a fretboard up? Because I want to check that the neck is straight all the time, all the way through the process. I want to be able to keep checking that, because some necks you'll straighten them up and then you'll do a bit of work. You go back and look at it a couple minutes later and she's got a little bit of a sag on her, a bit of a saggy bum. So you've got to straighten it up again. So if you tape your fretboard up, it's very difficult to look at that accurately. So I just trust myself to be able to draw a red line on top of a fret and not wobble off, all Michael J. Fox-esque.
I guess you guys aren't ready for that yet.
Yeah, I can say that is got the spaff off rather pleasantly. That's worked a treat. There's lots of scratches all over this guitar. It's black gloss. Of course there's scratches all over it. Someone's even coloured it in with a bit of fucking Sharpie pen there. Wonder if that was Cathy. Was that you, Cathy? Do they have Sharpies in Chinopia? Yeah, I reckon. Now, I'm not going to do any modifications to this guitar. I've done the fretwork because that's what people shit their pants about. And whoever buys this, if you do want to mod your Chibson, then that's the fun part for you, innit? I'm not going to take away. It's no point me putting another set of tuners on. We'll leave the fucking Frovers on, the fake Grovers. They actually seem to be fine. I'm going to get this strung up, tuned up, set up, which is easy because it's a tune-o-matic bridge. I'm going to knock the nut down a little tiny bit. I am going to use the Crimson nut files because they're fucking spanking. £65. Link below, 10% off. I think they're 65 quid. I could be wrong. Double check that. COVID destroyed the nut file market. It went fucking mental, didn't it? Everyone decided they had to just cut their nuts. God, look, I've even bought this new pedal board from AliExpress. It's brilliant, isn't it? And when I do that and rough it up, it's like running my hand up Mrs. Richards' back. Well, that was an interesting one. Do you want to know how much this weighs? It's 8.3 pounds. 3.7 kilos. 8.3 lubs. That's absolute. It's a winner for a Les Paul. It's hefty, but it's not too bad. Everything works lovely on it. I did replace the nut in the end. It smelled like bone, but it was like bonium. I don't know what was going on with that. And even though I lubed it, it was snagging going up to the G string, which is always what happens with Gibsons anyway. So I put a Geiger bone nut in and cut that in and sanded it in. It's way better. I mean, it looks the fucking same. I could have not even mentioned it. I did tell you I would show you the pots, so let's have a brief look inside our bum. And there you go. Talcum powder, sawdust, shit, and big pots. And actually, a really tidy fucking solder job. That's very good. It's not bad at all. I don't know what brand the pots are. So, conclusions. Is it right to buy a Chibson? No. Are they any good? Yeah, they are. This is the 4th one in the shop. One was an absolute shitbag, and that was actually a fake Acoustasonic which never made it to air. That's the only one I've bought personally from AliExpress, and it was a fucking disaster. Here's a clip. Absolutely, I bought it to modify and to nick the electrics out of for one of my own builds if they were any good, because the real Acoustasonic, the electronicery inside it is pretty fucking mind-blowing. Fender absolutely smashed it out the park. Whether or not you like those guitars is neither here nor there. Whether you like this is neither here nor there. I don't really care what you think. You don't really care what I think. And no one really cares what anyone else fucking cares about or thinks. So that makes no sense. Thank you very much to allaboutguitar.co.uk for me cleaning gear. That's pretty spanking. Go and check them out. Small businesses, local businesses, UK business. Lovely. Support them. And also Lore that I use to polish me Lego. Special wave, everyone. Listings live below for this. Let me know what you think about this chibi. It's actually, I think it's very pretty. Les Pauls aren't my thing, but I enjoy playing it. It's got a big old shaft, big chunky shaft on it. Reminds me of someone I knew.
Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! That's all I want to fucking say.